Hello students, welcome to quantum mechanics lecture series. In the approximation methods, in the last class we have discussed a variational method to estimate the ground state energies without solving the Schrodinger wave equation. Okay, fine. We have seen the ground state energy of harmonic oscillator, hydrogen atom. Even we can calculate the helium atom also. That I will give you as a there is a ready-made PDF file is there. I will share you that PDF file. Okay, fine. In a similar manner, taking a trial function and estimating the energy, minimizing with respect to variational parameter. In case of helium atom, because the variational parameter is the screening constant. Okay. Then after solving for the variational parameter, then we'll get the sigma. That is in the case of helium atom, it is the variational parameter is the screening constant. Then substitute back in the energy expression and wave function, you will get the ground state wave functions and ground state energies. That PDF file I will share with you. Okay. So fine. So in continuation of approximation methods, today we will see another topic, WKB method. Okay, fine. So let us start the WKB method. WKB method. Developed by three physicists, Wengel, Kramers, Brillonian method. Wengel, Kramer, Brillonian method. Okay. So let's see what is this theory, what is this method to solve the Schrodinger wave equation. Remember, in any method we have to solve the Schrodinger wave equation approximately. So we have seen the perturbation theory, we have seen the variational technique. Let's say what is this actually WKB method. So for example, there are the situations where the potential as a function of x, and then we have potential, we have that potential will be V of x. Suppose there may be a cases where the potential varying slowly. Varying slowly. So varying slowly under the meaning entity, potential will be remains almost constant over a region of some orders of de Broglie wavelength. That means, so almost constant over a certain region. So suppose that region will be over a certain region, and that region say will be in the order of wavelengths of de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength. So, or you can modify like this. This you can say d by dx of lambda will be so almost less than 1. It tends to 0 anukuddu. Almost tends to 0 laga. Less than 1. Or you can say it is variation will be almost constant. It is tends to 0. Variation of wavelength with respect to x will be almost tends to 0. Okay. So that's why this theory is termed as a semi-classical approximation. It is a semi-classical approximation. It is a semi-classical approximation. Okay. So remember the first basic idea of this WKB method, where the potentials are varying slowly in a certain region. That means the region, say for example 2 times de Broglie wavelength, 3 times de Broglie wavelength, in that wavelength region the potential varies slowly. That means d by dx of lambda is less than 1 or almost tends to 0. And of course if you require you can keep the modulus here. So almost tends to 0. And mara 0 అని చెప్పకూడదు, అంటే కాన్స్టెంట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఆల్మోస్ట్ కాన్స్టెంట్ అండ్ కాన్స్టెంట్ definitely they are different. Okay, so let us what is the formalism of this WKB method and a theory enti. Okay, so we'll say the general formalism. General formalism. So anyhow, always remember there is a time independent Schrodinger equation, that is the stationary state solution. There is a stationary state solution that is very well known for us. That is, I am writing directly for the 3-dimensional del square psi r plus sorry. So I am writing it is like p square by h square psi of r is equal to 0. Let us call this is an equation 1, where p is the momentum. So where p is the momentum, where p is the linear momentum, that is classical linear momentum. Obviously there p is the momentum, that is classical linear momentum antuntam manam. So this is easy to estimate the classical linear momentum. This are, let's say for example I have the total energy will be is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So let's say total energy will be is equal to E, and kinetic energy generally ga meeru half mv square rastuntaru. V is the velocity. So when p is the momentum, that is p is equal to mv. When you club these two, I'll get the kinetic energy will be p square by 2m. Let's say potential energy as usual v. So from here E minus V will be is equal to p square by 2m. So from here p will be is equal to, we can write p will be as square root of 2m into E minus V, total energy and potential energy. Okay, so first of all this is the Schrodinger wave equation. We need to solve this equation. So we are discussing the situation where this equation is not exactly solvable. Okay, we need to solve for the situation where this term potential V is slowly varying. Okay, so finally the theme of this WKB method is solving this differential equation where the potential is varying slowly. Okay, fine. So suppose what happens if the potential is constant? Suppose potential as a function of r, that is exactly constant. Then it is easy. Then solution of equation 1 will be, solution of equation 1 is, that is exponential function directly. Psi of r will be is equal to a into, that is amplitude which is constant, e exponential plus r minus I p dot r divided by h cross. You can call this the equation. Okay, now WKB method provides a solution for where the V of r is not constant, that is slowly varying. E of r is not constant, that is slowly varying. Slowly varying. So ikkada manaku WKB method provides a solution. WKB method provides a solution to equation 1. Okay, so then the same thing will be the region. We have to assume the potential in a region where the region in some slowly varying in certain region, that region will be the order of de Broglie wavelength. Order of de Broglie's wavelength. So de Broglie wavelength, that is very well known for us. W is lambda is equal to h by p. That is h divided by p can be written as 2m into E minus V. Okay. So whenever V of R is not constant, varies, ela vary avutundi, slowly varying, then WKB method provides a solution for it. So then what actually it assumes? So I need to take care of one thing will be here. What is the meaning of a classical turning point? Classical turning point. To understand this, let us take a ball and throw it upwards in the gravitational field, vertical upward. When I throw it vertical upward with some speed u, it moves in the upward direction. Because of the gravity which is acting in the downward direction, its speed will be decreases, and after reaching to a certain point called generally the maximum height, at this particular point its velocity will become 0. V is the velocity, but force is non-zero, that is acceleration is non-zero. It returns its journey. There is a return, we call it returns. It returns and finally again reaches to the same location, assuming there is no air friction, all those things. Generally this is known as the turning point. This is known as the turning point. Even this is best example, even you take the harmonic oscillator also, to and fro motion is doing. When it reaches to the right extreme or left extreme, it momentarily stops there and then again comes back. Okay. So these are the classical turning point. At the highest point, what is happening? That is important for me. At the highest point, that is the turning point. It moves in the opposite direction. At the classical turning point, at that particular point, what happens? The total energy will be is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So let's say total energy will be E. The total energy will be E. The kinetic energy is half mv square, that is half m, that will become 0. Let's say potential energy will be V. Let's say I am naming as turning point will be some x naught, some r naught, whatever it may be. If it is a one dimensional problem, x naught. If two dimensional problem, x naught, y naught. Three dimensional problem, x naught, y naught, z naught. Okay, that means E is equal to Vx naught. E is equal to Vx naught. That means once E is equal to Vx naught, then what we have, that classical momentum 0. Classical momentum P of at x naught will become 0. Once classical momentum will become 0, lambda will become infinity. De Broglie wavelength will become infinity. Okay, so we'll get the ambiguity where this technique fails. The WKB method will be failed. That assumption like the region will be of de Broglie wavelength. When P tends to 0, lambda goes infinity. So what it assumes here, that is a very important point will be, it assumes, that is the WKB method, what it means here. So they have provided the potential, say for example, we may indicate like this. X-axis, V of x-axis. Then let's say there may be something like potential will be like this, with the total energy will be here. This is the total energy. Whenever the V will become the total energy, at that particular point, let's say this is the point x naught, we have the momentum will become 0. That is known as the turning point. Okay, fine. So potential as a function of x, with x we are plotting a graph. This is the turning point. This is the turning point. at this particular point will be the turn. This is x0 will be the turning point. So what we assume here? Let us draw a straight line. Let us draw a straight line here. Let us draw a straight line here. Let us draw a straight line here. Let us draw a straight line. So for example, near the turning point. So near the turning point. Near the turning point. So near the turning point means we can say, for example, x minus x0. This is the reason. Near the turning point means it is x minus x0. So we assume potential to be a straight line. So near the turning point region, potential is known. Potential is known. Potential is known. And it is a straight line. Variation will be and varies linearly. And varies linearly. Varies linearly. Such that whose slope is equal to the potential at the turning point. Near the turning point. Let's say x0 will be the turning point. Near means it is like x minus x0. You can take it will be something like less than some epsilon, a small number. Potential is known for us and varies linearly such that whose slope is equal to the potential at that turning point. That means the meaning endante. So v of x can be expanded around x is equal to x0. And v of x manamu expansion cheyochu. So let us expand v of x near that. Then v of x will be Taylor expansion. Taylor series. I'll write. It is v of x will become v of x0 at the turning point plus x minus x0 d, of course v of x varies, by dx. Ekkada kanukovali idi at x is equal to x0 plus higher order terms. We ignore the higher order terms here. So finally, v of x will be is equal to v of x0 plus x minus x0 d by dx of v of x at x is equal to x0. So ikkada v at that turning point, potential energy at the turning point that will be is equal to total energy, that is E, plus x minus x0 d by dx of v of x. So let's say we do one thing, d by dx of v of x another, as it is a dimensions of force, we can consider it as f0. F0 will be is equal to d by dx of v of x at x is equal to x0. Okay, so this is what actually assumption. So what WKB approximation is, wherever the classical turning point is there, where the P tends to 0, lambda goes to infinity. So at that places, what this WKB method suggests, potential is known and varies linearly such that slope is equal to potential at the turning point. So then slope potential at the turning point laga తీసుకుంటారు. Okay. So now we can expand V of x like this. Ignore the higher order terms. Now what you do? You substitute this will be in the, you substitute this in the standard. Substitute this in equation 1. Put this is in equation 1. So when I substitute this is in equation 1, and we'll get, say for example, this is the equation 1. Schrodinger wave equation. Del square over P square, something like this. Okay, so let us substitute this. For 1D, I'll write one dimensional case, del square x by dx square plus P square by h square into psi of x will be is equal to 0, where P is equal to square root of 2 into m into e minus v. Okay. So that will become, here it is v is a, you substitute here, then you write for the P square, that is P square will be is equal to 2m into e minus v. That is P square will be is equal to minus 2m into x minus x naught into f naught. D square by dx square into psi of x, 2m f naught divided by h square, x minus x naught into psi of x will be is equal to 0. So this is the modified Schrodinger wave equation. Can we solve this? Yes. This can be solved exactly. This can be solved exactly. So its solution, like it involves Airy functions. It involves Airy functions. Okay, special differential equation. Generally, what we Airy functions ani antam. Okay, finally గా అర్థమైందా? In the general formalism, first point ఏంటి ఇక్కడ మనం WKB మెథడ్ లో పొటెన్షియల్ స్లోలీ వేరీస్ అవ్వాలి. టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్ ష్రోడింగర్ వేవ్ ఈక్వేషన్ తీసుకున్నాం. V of r కాన్స్టెంట్ అయితే మనకు అందరికి తెలుసు, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ టు సాల్వ్ హియర్. వెన్ V of r is not constant, slowly varying. So WKB method provides the solution. So whenever V of r is slowly varying in a certain region, a region will be defined in terms of the de Broglie wavelength, twice the de Broglie wavelength or 3 times the de Broglie wavelength, something like that. So now let me define what happens at the classical turning points. Momentum will be tends to 0, that is become 0, then lambda goes to infinity. Then this technique will fail here. This technique will be fail here because region will tends to infinity is no meaning here. So at that time what this WKB method suggests for us, near that classical turning points, wherever the turning points will be there, where the momentum will become 0, you do one thing. So expand potential near that point, and that expansion will lead to the term like V is equal to E plus x minus x naught into f naught. F naught will be the dV by dx. What is the dV by dx will be here? Slope of a straight line. This is the slope of a straight line, obviously constant. This is the slope of a straight line. Slope of straight line. Slope of straight line at x is equal to x. Slope of a straight line at x is equal to x naught. That is a constant. So, ఇప్పుడు మనకు అన్ని కాన్స్టెంట్ d square by dx square, 2m f naught by h square, some x term into psi of x will be is equal to 0. This can be solved exactly and it involves the Airy function. Okay. Now, let's see. And then what this WKB method assumes in the general formalism ne మనం ఇంకా కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం. This is what actually the near turning point, the classical turning points దగ్గర ఎలా చేయాలో చెప్పాను. Now let's go to the like a 3-dimensional case only. That is like not like a 1 dimension. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue that general formalism. So what that WKB method will be traced. So in essence, the WKB method consists of trying the following solution. In essence, the WKB method consists of trying a solution to equation 1 in the following form. In the following form. అంటే equation 1 కి మన solution కావాలి. Here is the equation 1. Here is the equation 1. దీనికి solution కావాలి. So the regions in which v of r is not constant. దీనికి మనకు solution కావాలి. ఈ WKB మెథడ్ ఇలాంటి అజంప్షన్స్ అన్ని చేసిన తర్వాత వాట్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ W consists of the trying a solution will be in the form of అంటే ఏ ఫామ్ లో ఉంటుంది 3 dimensional, that is psi of r will be is equal to a amplitude is not a constant, it is a function of r, e power that is exponential I into p dot r place లో s of r divided by h cross. Call it as equation 3. Call it as equation 3. Call it is equation 3. Then what is a of r will be here? It is a constant. So constant in the sense it is amplitude as a function of r. It is not independent of r and the other. It depends on r. So here a of r as a function of r, amplitude that we need to determine. S of r obviously phase. That had to be determined. Remember, these two are the real functions. These are the real functions, not imaginary. Real functions that we are supposed to determine. Okay. So, A conditions avi we are assuming the WKB method. Enta WKB method at the classical turning points potential varies slowly and that slope of the straight line will be equal to potential at that classical point. Okay? In the nearby that region it varies slowly, that is in the straight line manner. The slope of the straight line will be equal to potential at the turning point another WKB method. Okay. ఇది ఎక్కడో ఒక దగ్గర అప్లై చేస్తాం మనం. విల్ అప్లై దిస్ కండిషన్. Okay, now what you do? Substitute equation 3 in equation 1. Substitute equation 3 in equation 1. Put equation 3 in equation 1. When I substitute equation 3 in equation 1, what I have? So del square first term psi of r, that is a into e power is by h cross, then plus p square by h square into psi of r, a into e power is by h cross will be is equal to 0. Call this the equation 4. Now how to simplify this? So remember here, a is also a function of r and b is also a function of r. That's something. A is also function of r, e power is also function of r. Now we need to use the formula. The very well known formula will be here. Del square uv is equal to del square u then v plus u into del square v. From your vector analysis నుంచి నేర్చుకుంటారు ఇవి, even degree first year or any mathematical course. In our problem, if this will be the u and this will be the v. Now you substitute. Let us substitute. The first term will be, then simplify chedam inka. First term, del square u, that is del square a, to v, e power I s by h cross. Next plus a into, that is u into, that is a into del square v, then plus two terms are over, then 2 times del a dot del v, e power I s by h, then this term plus p square by h square a into e power I s by h cross will be is equal to 0. Okay, fine. So this is over. Now we simplify further. The steps involves like simplification step by step there. So now come back here. Here the del square term is there. Then what is the meaning of del square generally? The del square means divergence of gradient. Divergence of gradient of scalar function. Of course here it is the scalar function. This is the scalar function. Now let me expand this. Okay. So remaining terms there is no changes. Let me expand that. Yeah. So this will become now. This will become now a into divergence of del into e power I s divided by h cross. Okay. So then how this will become? D by dx of e power x, like d by ds of e power x, then e power x divided by, then again ds by dx term will come, the chain rule. So the term will be here, e power will come as it is I by h cross a, of course a is there, e power I s by h cross, then s will be there, don't forget, that is del dot del s. So this del dot del s will become del square s. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Just a second. A into, next step, to simplify this term. When I simplify this term, what I'll get? Del dot I by h cross e power I s by h cross into del s. Only I by h cross comes out. A by h cross will comes out. But this entire term must be here because e power involves a variable function. E power I s by h cross into del s. Now there is again a formula for this. So this again a formula will be like this. Divergence of, divergence of scalar vector will be is equal to, the result I am writing, scalar divergence of vector plus gradient of scalar dot vector. So that is del, this is the del dot, this is the dot f, in place of f this is here, this is the f, and this will be a. Right. Now you substitute here. You substitute here. Then what I have? There is that things I a by h cross. I a by h cross. Now apply this formula. E power I s by h cross del dot del dot. The next term plus okay. So now this term will become IA by h cross. This will be del square s del square h plus e power I s by h cross, then d by dx లాగా చేస్తే ఇంకోటి s అయితే అక్కడే ఉంటుంది, చైన్ రూల్. సో బీ కేర్ఫుల్. సంథింగ్ లైక్ d by dx ఆఫ్ e power s ఉందనుకోండి, e power s అలాగే వచ్చి మళ్ళీ ds by dx వస్తుంది కదా, చైన్ రూల్. సో నౌ దిస్ విల్ బికమ్ I a by h cross. Everywhere e power I s by h cross will be common, del square s plus this will become del s whole square. It is something like a dot a. A dot a will write it as a square. Okay. Yeah. So and one more term will be coming here, that is e power s ds by dx, that is I by h cross will be there. I by h cross term will be there. Here it is I by h cross term will be. So now you take inside, then first term will become I e power I s by h cross, in the denominator also h cross, a into del square s. Second term will become I square minus, that is a divided by h cross square into del s whole square, like this. There will be two terms. Now this is the only simplification for this term. The entire story only for this term. Now you substitute there. So this finally is giving how many terms? Two more terms will be giving. Now you bring that back. Finally what can we write? Finally we can write finally we can write the first term will be as it is, del square a e power I s by h cross del square a e power I h cross. సెకండ్ టర్మ్ కే మనం ఇదంతా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేసాం. దిస్ సెకండ్ టర్మ్ ఇన్వాల్వ్స్ ఇదంతా ప్లస్ I by h cross into e power I s by h cross a into del square s minus, and of course here also e power I s by h cross term a by h square e power I s by h cross del square s whole square over. So this term is over, this term is over, then these two terms. So better we'll copy those two terms directly. And I need to put here plus these two terms plus these two terms. Okay, now you do one thing, everywhere e power I s by h cross common is there. You take common and rest of the part will become 0. Then the first will become the first term del square a, well and good. The second term only I by h cross is remaining, that is a del square s. The next term a by h square into del s whole square is there. The next term, so this again you do the differentiation. So I by h cross will come out, 2I by h cross will come out, and e power is by also will come out. That anyway taken outside. Del dot a term is there, dot del dot s term is there. Then plus t square by h square into a will be is equal to 0. Now you write into two parts, all the real terms at one place and all the imaginary terms with one place. So this is the real term, this is the real term, and this is the real term. All the real terms at one place, and a here, take the a common everywhere. That implies real part plus some imaginary part will be is equal to 0. ఈ terms లో రాద్దాం. So a, the first term I am writing p square by h square. The second term I am writing this del square a by a. The last term I am writing this over. Then rest of the thing is imaginary term, that is I by h cross. So first term and this term, only two terms will be there. A into del square s, 2 into del dot a dot del dot s will be is equal to 0. Okay, fine. So now you do one thing, multiply with h square both sides. So అన్ని sides h square తో multiply చేసేసేయండి. h square తో multiply చేస్తే multiply with h square. So first term will become t square, second term will become del square a, next term will become del s whole square plus I h cross a into del square s plus 2 into del a dot del s will be is equal to 0. Now what I will do here, so this term involves the h square term, h cut square, that is too small, that's why we ignore this term. Ignore this term. Once you ignore this term, then what is remaining for me? A into p square minus del s whole square plus I h cross a into del square s plus 2 into del a dot del s. So ఇదే డెరివేషన్ ని మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద బుక్స్ ఓన్లీ 1 dimension లోనే ఇచ్చింటాయి. 3 dimensional analysis, ఈ simplifications rarely you will found in your books. Okay, this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. Of course మనం అలాగే రాయాలనుకున్నాం, రాసేసాం. Okay, as this term will be equal to 0, the real and imaginary parts in this equation must vanish separately. దేని దానికి అది ఇండిపెండెంట్ గా 0 అవ్వాలి. ఇది 0 అవ్వాల్సిందే. This is 0 separately and this is 0 separately. But this gives 0 separately. That is p square is equal to del s whole square equal to 0. That means p is equal to gradient of s. Okay, లేదా p square is equal to gradient of s whole square. But p square అంటే kinetic energy, that is square root of 2m into e minus v. దాని నుంచి మనము del s e minus. This is the equation 5 we can call. This is also 0. That is a into del square s plus 2 into del A dot del S, that will be is equal to 0. This is the equation 6. So we have the two equations finally, equation 5 and equation 6. Okay. So దీని నుంచి మనం ఇంకా సొల్యూషన్స్ రాబట్టాలి. సో వీ కెన్ ఇంకా ఏంటి అసలు ఆ WKB మెథడ్ మనం ఎలా అప్లై చేయాలి, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ అప్రాక్సిమేషన్స్, అండ్ వీ విల్ సీ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఎంటైర్ జనరల్ ఫార్మాలిజం ఆఫ్ దిస్ WKB method. Next, generally we'll apply only for one dimensional problems. మనకున్న సిలబస్ ప్రకారం one dimensional problems, that will be tunneling effect ఎలా దీంతో సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు, ఆల్ఫా డికే ఆఫ్ పార్టికల్ అనేది మనం చూద్దాం. ఓకే ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో ఐల్ స్టాప్ హియర్. విల్ కంటిన్యూ one dimensional motion of a single particle in the next class, and we'll say the validity of WKB approximation, దాని కండిషన్ ఏంటి, ఇంకా దీని కంటిన్యూషన్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ లో చూద్దాం. Okay, thank you.